Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Jessica Katanga, and in today's video, we are going to be exploring the, let's say, phenomenon that is oversharing on the internet versus keeping professional and having those professional boundaries. This is a question that I got like in real life and then also in my DMs. I can't exactly remember how she worded it. I'll put it here. How I balance or how I decide what I share on the internet versus what I keep private. Let's just get right into it. We definitely live in a world of oversharing. You just have to scroll TikTok for like about 2 seconds and you'll see somebody revealing their like innermost dark secrets. I think people definitely forget that there is something called a secret journal and there is something called Jesus. Both of those people you can talk to you about your problem before you go sharing it online, but you know, never mind. It might be in the sake of like going viral, or it might be in the sake of like trying to be relatable to your community. And I definitely get that. In order to build a community, it's through relationship. And that only comes from being vulnerable, keeping it real, and sharing, you know? So the reasons why I share, and maybe some things other people wouldn't feel comfortable sharing, like, let me think, the most exposing things that I've shared online, probably maybe when I was going through depression, when I was in uni, maybe relationships as well. I post my man, I don't really care about that. Those are two things that come up. Maybe you could comment below like, Jessica, you also tell us about this and that is just so inappropriate. But yeah, and the reasons why I do that, so in terms of, let's talk about the depression, I want to be real and I feel like it would be fake. I would be actually concealing something if I didn't talk about that. And then number two, I want others to learn from me, because I feel like with vulnerability, when we own our stories, then other people can learn from it. And I think that it's powerful, me as a doctor and as a Black woman, to show up and talk about my mental health, because I know that I know that other people could relate, because they you know, they reached out to me and told me that. I feel like in your 20-somethings, you go through so much. And it's also like a little bit of online. It's just like it is kind of like my online diary. And if I want to look back one day, or my children want to look back one day, then they can. Or sometimes my friends can just watch my videos if we've not caught up in a while. And they can know what's going on with me. So those, I guess, are the pros for sharing and why I share. And I guess that's why I would say enjoy every stage of your content, because when you have that smaller community, then maybe that's when you'll be able to experiment how candid you are with your truths and things. Also, remember that on different platforms, you can show a different bit of yourself. So on my Instagram, that might be the more medical part, but then on my stories and YouTube, it's more personal. And then TikTok, it's more like off the cuff. So that's why you need to be following me on all the platforms, because you get a whole 360 of me. And I feel like I keep it as real as possible on this here internet. However, of course, I have to balance that with professionalism. And so I am a medical doctor, as I'm sure you guys know. And with that, being a doctor, is it a job or is it a vocation? I think that it is a vocation. It's one of those jobs that follow you into your personal life. So like doctor, priest, lawyer, or like, let's say judge, probably. I don't know what other jobs are like vocations. Teachers, where basically what you do in your personal life affect how well people think you do your day job. I feel like that's what defines a vocation. That's not the Merriam-Webster version, but there we go. My professionalism and my ethics and my boundaries are guided by the GMC, General Medical Council, and they actually have they notice that there's lots of more health content online, and that there are lots of medfluencers. So they have like a guide as to what you should be posting online, and there's obvious things of like not exposing patient confidentiality, maintaining trust with the public, and you know, keeping the reputation of doctors online. So, you know, if I'm talking about healthy, you know, I talk about healthy eating here, you know, healthy lifestyle, etc. If I was to then, you see a video where you know, backing 100 shots and smoking or something, then that would be unprofessional, and that would make your trust in me, and then perhaps doctors in general, eroded because it's like, oh, they don't even practice what they preach. So GMC Online, that's clear guidelines. And then also, I guess another thing that I do is like privacy and respect, because when I'm sharing, it's not only about my life, it's also like the people who are in my life. So like my partner, my family, and my friends. So definitely where I decide to like draw boundaries is out of respect for my friends. For example, if I'm for like the Dominican Republic vlog, they know that I'm making a vlog. So I'll let my friends know that I'm filming. And then also, like, if we're on the beach in our bikinis or whatever like that, then I'll make sure to film in a respectful, non-exposing way. So it's kind of guided around my friends and family's comforts. And I was just thinking about when my dad came on here to talk about his cancer diagnosis. He was a little bit scared. He was like, "Oh, people will laugh at me," and I'm like, "No, they definitely won't. Like, you're doing a good thing." And people, my community online, thankfully, is mostly positive one. Okay, and then now, like, I guess when we're talking about sharing things online or keeping things to yourself, we have to like bring in the concept of evil eye, as I think South Asians call it Nazir. Evil eye or Nazir is basically when you think that like because you're showing what's going on in your life, what's going good in your life, then people will be envious, and then therefore their envy will be able to stop your dreams or disrupt your life in some way. For me personally, one, I was raised Christian, so I believe that all my steps are ordered by God, and I feel like my God is greater than anybody's evil or jealousy. And number two, I feel like that jealousy is a byproduct of me living. If that jealousy is a byproduct of me living my best life, if that's a byproduct of my light, then it must be smaller because it's a byproduct. Therefore, it will never be able to be like dark enough to engulf my light. So yeah, so I don't believe that anybody's bad mind or evil eye will be able to ever like disrupt me. And then also sharing goals just in general in life, because I feel like the way that I do it, so now this is maybe like offline but also online as well, because this I've been able to create a network, and I've been able to get opportunities through people that I've met online and through speaking about what I want to do in life kind of thing. If I have an idea, then should I talk about the idea or not? I usually then now only talk about my ideas to people that have gone through it, because then their experience will be greater than my idea, and then it will be able to grow. They will be able to grow my idea. But I don't talk to people who've never done things, or people whose lives I don't want to emulate, because then their negativity, their fear, their different opinions will be bigger than my idea, and then would engulf it, and it will get lost in the noise. So that's how I kind of like differentiate between whether I should speak about something or not. So that's just like, how I think about evil eye versus sharing goals just in general, let alone now online. But what do you think? Do you think that like evil eye is a thing? Do you think that like you should keep things hush hush, or what? But yeah, that is my video today about oversharing versus keeping it real, professionalism versus privacy or secrecy. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful if you are a content creator who also has a a corporate job or a professional job. Like, how do you toe the line? This is like how I toe the line. And I think, like, in conclusion, I just like to think of it of that, like, if I was in a meeting and any of my videos were to like accidentally go up on the smartboard, I would be in front of my colleagues. I would be shy, but I wouldn't be embarrassed or have to backtrack anything or have to explain myself on anything. It would just, create conversation rather than any shame. So I think that's how you should think of it, that like with the internet, it's your chance to create and carve out your little corner of the internet and meet like-minded people, and anything that you create, make sure that you'll also be proud of it tomorrow and you'll never go wrong. So if you like this video, comment down below your thoughts or any advice, and share this with somebody who it might be relevant to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.